Hello, hello.
Oh,
Can you hear me?
I can hear you loud and clear.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've got this problem with my mixer. I mean, to be honest, I need to buy a new one. You know the phantom power switch on it. It's basically faulty. So it's like if you click the switch, it sort of flickers and stuff. So essentially, it's obviously not getting a true connection. So it's like it's sometimes it's fine, but other times like you literally click it and the red light goes on, and then the red light just kind of goes away. You know what I mean? So I should buy a new one, really, shouldn't I? But it was €50 from Ed Rodian in Berlin. So I kind of I like a bargain, you know. How's everyone doing?
Good, mate. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, tonight. Welcome to tonight's session. It is, of course, crate digging, and it's disco. And disclaimer time is that I think I've said this before, but I don't really have that much sort of straight disco as such. I've attempted to grab stuff tonight. It's 99% 12-inch singles. That's not some kind of thing, but I don't know. I just don't really fancy buying disco on compilation, to be honest. What I love about disco is generally it's one track on each side of the 12. So for me, it feels a bit like kind of house music. It's kind of it's meant for club play. Yeah, I just want to tell you a little bit about a shop in Nottingham that me and my friends all used to go to called Anarchy Records. It was a really amazing record store run by a kind of moddy punk kind of couple who were quite old. They were probably in their 50s or something. And yeah, they used to basically have this secondhand record store called Anarchy in Nottingham, and he said that he wanted to call it "fuck eBay," but he didn't think it would be, successful. But essentially, you could get. I mean, I'll just show you what I've got here. So some 12s I've picked out. They're not all from Anarchy, but these are the kind of examples. I mean, they're not all from Anarchy, but this kind of these kind of disco 12s. Like West End. All these kind of, Atlantic, all these, yeah, this kind of thing. You could get, I'm not joking you, like that. I mean, I definitely got that from Anarchy. It's Solar Records. I don't know if you guys are familiar with Solar Records, but people like Midnight Star released on Solar, who did Operator, Operator. So basically, you could get that for like, I'm not joking you. I don't think it was probably more than about £2. So
Nice.
you could get really, really good disco 12s for like £2.
Nice.
And I mean, going to London or something and seeing stuff like secondhand in these sort of hipster shops, and it'd be like £15. And I was just like, no way, man. So Anarchy was amazing. Me and a lot of friends in Nottingham, we all filled our bags. There was a disco section, and I mean, I don't know where they were getting them from, but there was always like, you could get like White Horse Laid Back, you could get, Bound Skate Rock, all the kind of classic stuff you could get, not obviously not all the time, but things would come in. To be honest, I know I know this for a fact. It's a bit of a sad thing, really, but quite a few of the DJs that were a generation above us in Nottingham, they ended up being quite seriously addicted to crack and heroin. So I'd imagine that some of the stuff that was coming in was basically sold for drug money, So at the time, I didn't realize it. I was just like, oh, yeah, wicked, Idris Muhammad for £2. But, looking back on it, I mean, I don't know where the hell they were getting all these records from, but they were great. It was like, and that's the other thing about it. It was all sort of, I'd say it was kind of curated, It was curated because it was obviously from DJs who were into house music, if that makes sense, or disco. So there wasn't really much crap in there at all. So I'll stick this on anyway to get us started. It's by Dynasty, Solar, The Sound of Los Angeles. And the one that I used to always play was I Don't Want to Be a Freak. But the B-side is called Your Piece of the Rock, which me and my friends used to play at 4 a.m. on a Sunday and be like, yeah, man, So yeah, that me and my mates, right? I'll just give you this disclaimer: was we were really, really into kind of, how can I put it, the decadent side of disco. So we basically thought it was really cool to sort of put on, you know, Rinda and Lewis and stuff, you know, real kind of edgy, kind of wacky stuff, and just get really, really hammered and just all kind of like, I guess, imagine that we were sort of in Steely Dan or some shit like that. Just be really kind of like, oh yeah, we're so smart, you know. I mean, we're so smart. Just kind of enjoy what I love about disco is it's the most unserious music ever. You know, I mean, listen to I've got, I can't remember who did it, but there's a track in here and it's "You Sexy Thing." And it's just like "You sexy thing, you sexy thing." The music's amazing, but if you listen to the lyrics, it's the most inane throwaway pap ever. I mean, come on. You know, I don't want to be a freak, but I can help myself. You sexy thing. You know, they're all the same. You know, it's just some shit to say while the band played some cool shit. So I'm going to
Sounds like Prince.
Huh?
Sounds like Prince.
Yeah. Well, yeah. So I'm going to stick it on first. And I mean, just want to ask anybody in the group before I get started, do any of you have a sort of significant disco collection, or do any of you have any interest in disco or anything?
Probably somewhere.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've been buying disco records for 20 years, so I've got
Great.
a big collection.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if you guys know the sort of, I mean, obviously it sort of goes without saying, but there wouldn't be house music without disco. So, you know, disco is house music. I mean, most of the disco that I like pretty much is just house, like housey, you know, as in it's been heavily sampled in house tracks. It's influenced house music. So, you know, and the vibe that I like in disco is I like jazz funk stuff, and I like kind of chords on sort of strings or sort of things that sort of waver a bit. The sort of, so I don't know exactly what it would be, like a Salinas or something. I like it when they play someone, it kind of goes wah, but it kind of goes wah, you know, it's got a little kind of quiver to it. I like the wonkiness in disco. I like the fact that it sounds a bit detuned sometimes. The more untight it is, the better for me. So the stuff I picked out for you tonight, there is some 4/4 stomping kind of stuff, but there's also some kind of jazz funky stuff as well. So let's listen to "I Don't Want to Be a Freak" by Dynasty. So hopefully it's going to work. Yeah, working?
I don't want to be a freak, but I can't help myself. I don't want to be a freak, but I can't help myself. I don't want to be a freak, but I can't help myself. I don't want to be a freak, but I can't help myself.
Just noticing it's a bit redlining on the sound card.
When I hear those percussions, it gets me into the beat. I feel my body grooving.
So yeah, this track kind of sums up, I would say, me and my friends' taste in disco during the early 2000s. We're into this kind of vibe, really, if this is a vibe.
My
So yeah, the other disclaimer is, folks, that nothing I'm going to play tonight is probably worth more than about 50p, but I don't care. Okay, yeah, so there's not really going to be much of an order tonight. I hope that's okay. I just selected a load of cool stuff for you guys to hear. If you got any questions, hit me up. The one I mentioned earlier, Sexy Thing, I'm going to play that next. I really like it. I feel like it's the kind of Munich space disco sound, if you know what I'm talking about. It's kind of spacey, wonky, synthy stuff. So I'm going to stick it on next. You Sexy Thing. By Jumbo. And yeah, I really like this tune. I mean, come on, that's a party, right? And I just want to say something, I'll stick on a sec, but if you study the music on this, you can copy the parts, right, in your dance music, no matter what you're making, right? So the thing that I would say to focus on in this is the guitar, the rhythm of it is kind of going ding, 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 you know, like that. It's like a really rhythmic, percussive guitar line. I think it might be panned to one side. But yeah, to me, that's like where you can get things like an arpeggiator idea from, you know, rhythm for the arpeggiator or percussion or whatever. So the rhythms in disco, if you put those rhythms into your dance music, even techno, I mean, you know, techno is heavily influenced by disco. You might not believe it, but it is. So yeah, check the guitar line I'm talking about. I think it's flanging a bit as well. If you put a rhythm like that in your tune, people will go crazy. Yeah, this bit's not so good. That's the sort of Holiday Village bit. So yeah, Matt, this is by Jumbo. I'll just get it up on Discogs. Probably another 20p record, by the way. I think it's great, though. I think I bought this in Detroit. I love the way I look down to see if there's a review, and there's never a review. There you go. See, I'm right on the money. They're German. And I genuinely had no idea, so give myself a pat on the back for that. So yeah, good tip for disco is the German stuff, especially stuff from Munich. I think Munich was the Quebec of Germany for disco, if you know what I'm saying. Because it's where all the money was, so, you know, the most decadent places, you know, had the most decadent music. So I think on the basis of this, I need to investigate Jumbo a little bit more. So yeah, next up is this one. Dom Servini played it when I played at Jazz Cafe, and I had it as well. Oh, excuse me, sorry, I've got a bit of sneeze tonight. Yeah, I had it, so I couldn't play it, which was really annoying. It's by Five Special, and it's called Why Leave Us Alone. And this is like proper disco, so it's got strings in it. It's got like, it's quite stringy. So this is the kind of thing that people who like Huni and Antal will probably go, oh yeah, you know. So it is a bit more disco, if that makes sense. I tend to go for more the Harvey vibe, if you know what I'm saying, the kind of Butland's Holiday Camp kind of vibe. I really like that. I think it just speaks to me. But yeah, this Why Leave Us Alone tune is pretty good. I'm just seeing which version to put on. There's like, okay, 554 or 1017. I'll stick the 1017 one on and just see where it goes. I won't play it all. But yeah, this is a good record. Yeah, so interesting. A lot of the records that I bought from Detroit are actually from Detroit. So funny, eh? Oh well, Jim, there you go, sir. You know, you've come to the right place for obscure disco. Nah, not really. Like 60p record. Do you know how much I got this for, guys? $2.83. Oh yeah. And it was handpicked by Norm Talley as well, which was pretty nice. He literally picked me out like a stack, and I listened to them, and I pretty much just bought them all. Even the ones I didn't understand. Like you get to the end of the track, and there's actually a good bit. I don't know if you guys saw my Twitter thread, by the way, but I was asking about what people's favourite house track is, yeah? And yeah, I mentioned that I was playing XOYO soon, and I just said, I'll try and drop some of these in my set. And I got this guy kind of going like, you're not a real DJ, and a real DJ wouldn't ask, like other people, and it was hilarious. Yeah, so I didn't reply, He then
You certainly attract them, don't you, on social media?
What are you saying?
I said you certainly attract them on social media.
You mean you think I'm a bit of a beta?
Well, I don't know about that, but you seem to.
The nut. Do you know what it is? No, but do you know what it is? Genuinely, right? It's because if you win Techno Twitter that day, which obviously I never intend to do, because what happens is everyone goes on your thread because they all have to talk where everyone else is talking. Then you get the nutters and the dogs. Do you know what I mean? So they're attracted, to the spectacle. But yeah, this guy was like listing all the things he'd done, and I really wanted to be like, mate, I asked for people's favorite house track, not their CV, but there's no point taking people like that on. But yeah, it was kind of, it was interesting. It's like, yeah, I mean, I was like, what about humbly thinking maybe I can learn from some other people, and what's your favorite track, instead of like, you have to know everything yourself, and you are the dark overload. Yeah, anyway, piss me off. He questioned my validity. The moral of the story, guys, is pretend that you know everything, because then everyone will think you know everything. Bullshit.
Think about it. I wanna think about it. I might even sing about it. I might even dance, yeah, so I can forget about it.
So yeah, this is a good one, isn't it?
Oh baby, oh baby, oh baby, oh baby.
Okay, so the next one I'm going to stick on is by the Tempest Trio, and it's Love Machine. I don't know if any of you have heard of that, but when I look at the label, and you can see that, you probably can't see it, I see the name D Coffee. Anyone know who that is? It's Dennis Coffee, I guess, on the drums. So you know it's going to be dope. Dennis Coffee did that theme from Black Belt Jones that's been heavily sampled in hip hop. The one that goes, I. So I'm going to stick it on. It's a sick tune. Okay, yeah, and someone mentioned strings on the last one. Check the strings on this. This has got some proper, like, Quincy Jones strings on it. Anyone know this one? Jim?
Which track are you playing, Danny?
Love Machine.
Love Machine. So the other side, if the other side is Do You Like the Way That It Feels, that is a massive tune.
Yeah, I like this one.
Have you? I've never played the other side. I've never played it. But the other side is huge. Really dark.
Check the strings on this. That's quality vibes for me. I'm pretty sure I've got the bootleg, by the way. Okay, so I can see why it got bootlegged. But yeah, this pressing is completely legit. I mean, it sounds great. It's perfect from what I can hear. I think I have played the other side, Jim, definitely. But I always go for that one because I play it in clubs, right?
Yeah.
And I find that other side tends to. It's one of them tunes that it just sort of unifies the dance floor.
Oh, defo. This
And I
other
mean-
side is more of a sleaze record.
Play those kind of tunes because obviously I play a lot of weirdo shit. So those kind of tunes for me are my little kind of attempt to give them something that they can understand, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, this side is like a sleaze record, 4 a.m. jobbing.
Yeah, this is like the sort of Sylvester shit, isn't it?
Yeah, or Rinder and Lewis.
Yeah. I mean, is this even disco, really? I suppose it is, yeah. Okay, Mikhail, so you want to sample it all? I would say find much more obscure stuff to sample, or you're going to have to be creative because it'll have been all done with this stuff, I reckon. I would also say maybe try and learn how to program sort of synths a bit like that as well, Mikhail, because then you can make your own stuff to sample. I mean, you're buying synths, I think, aren't you? Yeah, it's a little bit schmaltzy for me, that side, Jim. I mean, I can see why it's popular at Horse Meat Disco, but I don't really play that kind of, you know, I mean, I'm not that kind of, I don't play that sort of, I suppose, I wouldn't say, well, I suppose it's a bit camp, isn't it? But do you know what I mean? Like, I don't know, I'm more into like, just stripped down shit, you know? So I'm going to stick on something that Mikhail complimented. It's an album, it's by wait, give me a sec. Africa, where is it? It's one of these weirdo albums that, you know, like someone made as an experiment or something. So, yeah, African Sweet.
Yeah, that's a classic, yeah.
Yeah, so it's by like Richie Rome, yeah? And I mean, it's super fucking weirdo shit, this. So this is kind of more what I'm into. But yeah, it's pretty mad. It's just weird. I think the bootleg sounds pretty good, actually, to be honest. I mean, does that sound bad to you? It doesn't sound bad to me. Don't listen to these Discogs whingers. Right, yeah, I bet your original sounds great playing in your shed out in the Catskills Mountains to nobody. Interesting thing about this, by the way, you can play it a lot louder without it distorting, which shows you that the engineering's really good on it. So yeah, he established the Ritchie Group, who did a track called Sexy Man that might have had something to do with my famous track. So I just want to ask you all, what is your taste in disco? Do you like a diverse range of it, or do you like the 4/4 kind of stuff? Do you like the jazz funk stuff? What's everyone's kind of taste in disco? Any favorite tunes you can share with us, even just the names?
I like all sorts, really. I like a lot of the Leroy Burgess and like P&P, that sort of stuff. Patrick Adams, classic productions, but also like some of the more underground stuff. I also like the stuff that crossed over into the 80s as well. There's more boogie, disco boogie. That stuff's more stripped back and quite nice.
Yeah, I mean, just to say to everybody that the range of music in disco is unbelievable, and the range of music that was influenced by disco is unbelievable. So, you know, obviously most pop music around the late 70s was disco influenced. It all went very disco, you know? So yeah, there's some, I mean, I'm going to play something in a bit. Yeah, by the way, check this out. This is mad. I'd love to play this down XO wire, but I guess it might be a bit deep for the kids, you know? Jim, do you go to Horse Meat Disco, or have you been there?
I know one of the DJs. I've been a couple of times.
Does anyone actually play like a hardcore underground set there, or not?
Yeah, definitely. So Luke or Savino will play much harder than the other two brothers.
Yeah. I'm just wondering, just because, you know, it's interesting, isn't it, how people stereotype of what, like, you know, the crowd that like disco and stuff like that, and I don't know, I think you're probably often more likely to hear the more hardcore stuff somewhere that doesn't say it's a disco night, you know what I mean? I'm not saying that about Horse Meat, but I think generally from my experience of disco nights and playing at them, it can sometimes be a bit kind of, you know, it's a bit middle of the road, I think, sometimes for me.
I used to run a disco night for about 7 or 8 years. So, yeah, but it was mostly underground stuff and edits.
Yeah.
But no, Luke Howard is very, very good.
Yeah, totally, yeah. And I know Savarino has got good taste as well, yeah. So, sure. I'm just interested because I've never been, but I do know quite a few DJs that have played at Horse Meat, and I'm sure some of them must have gone a bit kind of wild, you know?
Yeah, I think, like, it's what that night's been running 15, 20 years now, so I think it's not like it was 15 years ago, you know, so it's a bit more of a, well, yeah.
A weekly kind of event. It's a weekly thing, isn't it? So.
Yeah, it's almost more of a pickup joint these days, you know, if that's your kind of thing. Yeah.
So I'm going to stick on next quite a famous tune. Well, I say famous, but quite a commercial disco tune. It's by Zulu, and it's called Zulu, and it's by The Quick. So yeah, really nice bass line on this. So let's stick this on. Just checking the BPM or the 45 or 33. I can't actually tell. Oh yeah, I'm right. And this sounds quite a lot like the kind of winding road sound from Nottingham, if anyone's familiar with it. The sort of hot toddy vibe.
Sailors drunk in dining cars, roaming over Delta plains. Jungle will raise its head. Sergeant Major's heavy heart.
Yeah, this is a very playable tune, even in today's market. Okay, interesting. I can see that they shared a 12-inch with Chaz Yankel, who was in Ian Dury's Blockhead band. He did some kind of interesting disco-y excursions as well. So that definitely marks it out as British, I would say, is that kind of rapping, chanting kind of thing from the male vocal. Big crossover from sort of punk funk and, stuff like Spandau Ballet and all that into the disco vibe. Even the concept of this track, Zulu, Adamant, was sort of using, there was a lot of bands like Bow Wow Wow, they used a lot of tribal stuff, sort of costumes, so it wouldn't surprise me if they didn't all dress up as Zulus for, when they performed this live or something, Okay, so I'm going to keep it British. So yeah, just wanted to give you an idea of how much disco crossed over. Does everyone know what this is? Yeah, it's a bit shady, isn't it? But you know what? If you drop this in on a set and people don't realise what it is, it's quite cool, you know, if you can trick people. Okay, so this is US. And yeah, I don't know, is this disco, this track? It's something, I don't know. I'm sure most of you'll recognise it, but... Yeah, this is the beauty of disco, isn't it, folks? Disco means kind of anything funky from between 1975 and 1985, really. It's like Balearic, I guess. Yeah, this is the kind of tune that me and my mates, when we discovered it, you know, sort of back in the day, put it on at like sort of 8 in the morning when you're, like I put it, you kind of like lost the will to exist. Put this on and everything's okay now, you know. The guy starts answering his phone again at 8 o'clock and you put this on, you're like, yeah man, we're all right now, you know.
Yes.
No idea this track's so old, actually. I guess you can date the disco stuff when there's not any synths in it. That usually means it's kind of mid 70s. And yeah, Idris Muhammad was one of that sort of. There's like Billy Cobham. I'm trying to think of all the different drum. You know, there's guys who are drummers. Alphonse Mouzon, and they did their own albums, which is pretty amazing. got a very nice synth coming up on it, this tune, actually. I was talking about my bum. A whiny, waily synth, I think. I sort of almost classify this track with Stop Bajon. It's a sort of loft, kind of Balearic, kind of electric chair kind of classic, isn't it? Like transcends the genre. I think Pete Tong was playing this on Radio 1 as well. I don't know if you guys can clarify that for me, but I remember Pete Tong being into this. Probably the Shapeshifters house version. Okay, this is a very Moody Man-esque track coming up, probably sampled by him. Clear. Yeah, I got this in Detroit. This is definitely a Detroit record. No fluff on my needle.
Everybody's looking.
get a VG Plus for a £5. That's not bad. And yeah, I mean, most of those kind of quality disco records always have this break. I guess that's the bit most people sample. You could probably buy every record I've played tonight for about, you know, 50 quid or something, which is not bad. Maybe a bit more with the postage.
All these years, what keeps me smiling? Hi, I'm Joey. Wow, I am Marianne. And I'm Nancy D. Oh yeah, we're gonna have a good time. Yeah, come on then. Are you ready? I'm gonna dance all night. Dance, dance, dance that way. Dance, dance, dance that way. Switch, switch. From the switch of my fire, take me high to a place you will see, to a song in a dream. Switch, turn the switch, see how rich my desire will be only you when we dance the whole night through.
So yeah, I hope you're enjoying the selection tonight, folks. If you've got any kind of, well, I'll say any requests, but the thing is, I have to say, I don't actually know the records all perfectly. They all kind of blend into one to me. I developed a technique with disco, which was, if I chose it to own it, then it's all right, and you just have to remember what side of the record to play. I don't know if anyone has DJ'd regularly over the years, but I used to play at least 3 nights a week as a bar DJ for about, I don't know, like 8 years or something. And yeah, you just develop this kind of you just have you know what one to play, but you don't know what it's called or who it's by.
Quite often, I'd sometimes stick what I thought was the right side on and end up being the wrong side, but then it ended up going off actually really well when I had bar gigs at.
Yeah. I know exactly what you mean, Matt. And sometimes you play the wrong one, and it's like, oh shit, I'm not bored of that one.
Yeah.
Does anyone have any disco they want to share? By the way, if you want to, you know, stick a YouTube on or a WAV or something, if you can play a WAV on your machine, you know, feel free. I can make you host. Just if anyone wants to contribute, feel free. Yeah, so this one I'm going to play next is, well, it's interesting. I developed a technique of buying disco, right? Which was, if there's a word that is misspelt in a sort of dodgy way, so like climax with 2 X's, or this is Mantus, yeah, I would buy it on site, because at Anarchy Records, you could listen to stuff, but it was a really old, crappy kind of like turntable, one of those kind of like hi-fi, you know, like a turntable, a tape machine, and a radio tuner in a kind of brown thing. It was all right, but sometimes the headphones weren't working, or, you know, so I used to just buy things because, you know, it was only like £2. And let's see how much this one was. Yeah, £2. Yeah, £2. But this is a track that my friends all associate with me, and we used to kind of say it was a bit like a Harvey shit. I'm not saying I'm Harvey, but I mean probably Harvey never played it, but it had that kind of dark, kind of twisted vibe to it that we associated with Harvey. Yeah, so it's what me and my mates are really into. So it's called Dance It Freestyle Rhythm. Yeah, it's a really good tune. This. It's got a really nice intro as well. It's kind of dark. It is a dark tune. It's definitely got a twisted sort of vibe to it. Okay, so which one? 8:33. Yeah, I don't know if you're familiar with this as well. The one side's 8:33, the other side's 11 minutes. So I'm not actually sure which one I normally play, but. Yeah, and you can beat mix this, by the way. It's quite tight on the intro. Does anyone else know this tune?
I've just got one Mentos record, which is So In Love With You. Is it that one?
This is just the double A, Dance It Freestyle Rhythm. Check this. Wicked tune. Really, really good tune, this. This is like one of my personal sort of disco tunes, if you know what I'm saying. If you were to say what kind of disco tune do you like, but like this is definitely up there for me.
It ain't that hard to dance. It's a lot easier than taking off your pants.
90p. Yeah, but you know what? I've smashed it with these tunes, you know?
Dance, dance it freestyle. You got to dance, dance, dance it freestyle.
I think it's worth every penny. That's not my favourite bit.
No.
But fortunately, it's very short. So the bits that people don't like on disco tunes tend to be in a major scale, and the bits that people like tend to be in a minor scale. Just to let you into that. They always do this kind of horrible uplifting bit. I hate it. Which is, guess why disco edits exist. But I also kind of hate disco edits because I almost feel like the good bit on the tune isn't as good if you take away the bad bit. So yeah, this is Coco Motion. Not actually sure who it's by because it's a bootleg.
This is a Rinder and Lewis production, Danny.
Ah, nice. Okay, that's why I like it.
Yeah, this is a classic.
Yeah.
The album's very good that it's off, and it's very cheap.
So yeah, this is on a label called Ballroom, which is just a disco bootleg label. But it's it's an original track. It's a really good pressing actually.
Yeah, a lot of the stuff on that AVI Records, Danny, is worth seeking out. It's Rinder and Lewis. Basically, they went on a 3-year cocaine binge and made like 10 albums under 5 different names, and this is one of them.
That's good to know because me and my friends, we always had suspicions because if you look at their album covers, their faces, they look like they're like, the Daleks or something,
Yeah, La Pamplemousse is another artist.
Right, yeah.
Really good.
I love La Pamplemousse, yeah.
There's a good article. I'll ping it over to you at some point. It's a fascinating read.
I'm huge. I mean, Rinder and Lewis are amazing. I think you can tell by this the orchestral vibe. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, is anyone else familiar with Rinder and Lewis? Absolute genius producers.
I've got a couple of requests, Danny, if you've got space.
Yeah, sure. What do you want?
So I won't be able to play it on my end because I haven't got my record player hooked up. But
can I suggest you sort that out, Jim, for future sessions, please?
Yeah, I've got my amp on a different channel from my sound card.
I mean, I've been
I'll
saying
have to figure it out. I haven't got a mixer up here.
I've been saying for the last 8 months, like, please, someone else play something. What would you like, Jim? And I mean, I hope I've got it. That's all I'll say.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's on YouTube if not.
Right, yeah, cool.
Yeah. Do You Wanna Boogie by 2 Tons of Fun? Do you know that?
Not sure. I don't think I've got it.
It's called Do You Wanna Boogie Huh? And there's like a 7-minute version. Let me find the link in the chat.
Sure, it does sound like the kind of record I would have from the.
It's like a Sylvester production. It's a very good tune.
Yeah. I can play it off YouTube, no problem.
It's like the long version, I think. There's a. Let me see if I can find the link. Yeah, this bit is really cheesy in this record. Sounds like a.
Yeah, but this is what makes the good bit so good, Jim.
Yeah, it's like I don't know, like a LA Cop series theme tune, isn't it, in the middle?
So where is the link to that tune?
I'll find it if we hold on.
Yeah, but this bit is sick. This bit.
Yeah.
Seagull noises. So yeah, can I make a suggestion, guys? Why don't we do a disco party or something, at some point?
That'd be great.
Because it's like, honestly, if you have the lights down low, I think you can really lose yourself to this kind of music. I like house. I mean, obviously, I'm a huge house guy, but disco's designed for just zoning out for 20 minutes to one of these tunes, So yeah, I'm up for doing a disco session if anyone else is. Bunch of men geeking out over records. You know?
Yeah, I used to run a night in London called Disco Frango, which was popular in South London. So 10, 11 years ago. That was good.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I could play some Disco XOYO, but I kind of feel like with it being quite a kids kind of crowd, I don't know, let's see, but I was kind of planning to play a bit of house, to be honest. You know?
You can mix it in, Danny. Mix it up. Like this next record is super up tempo.
Yeah.
So we'll definitely just slot in.
I am quite tempted to just do a sort of Harvey set though, and just play all the weirdo shit. But I don't know, you know, I'd quite like to get booked again, you know. No, I don't mean weirdo, like bad weirdo. I mean like really fucking edgy, good weirdo. But
just do it. I mean, the kids are pretty
open-minded.
Yeah, they are. Especially if they're going to see Crazy P and yourself and Ray Man. There'll be a lot of the crowd from Low Life.
Yeah. Does anyone else know? Oh God, what's that? We have some interference. Has anyone else heard that I don't have played yet? It's a track called, it's like Kurt V Mafia, and it's called China John, and it's basically a guy whistling the different European national anthems over the top of a beat. Have any of you ever heard that tune? It's a big Bal Daily tune. So yeah, it's stuff like that. I quite like playing that kind of shit. It's like I wouldn't play the whole night like that, but you know, drop it. I think I will try and play that. It's like Liaisons Dangereuses or something. It's that sort of really edgy, totally amazing tune, but you know, it's like it's a little bit left field, shall we say, you know. So I quite like to play the odd bit like that, I think, you know. Okay, so I'm going to go through your selections now, okay? Okay, so share screen with sound.
Is that Michael driving there? Very interesting.
What? Is that all right? Yeah, right, yeah.
That one off piste.
Yeah, Mikhail. Yeah, he tends to.
Mikhail, sorry.
Yeah, he tends to go driving sometimes. It's
nice.
Kind of fun. Okay, so let's hear this. Does it work?
My son is driving.
Oh, nice. Is it working, guys?
Yeah.
Can you hear the sound?
Yeah.
Got a few cheesy bits in, but it's got some gold in this one, Danny. So.
Oh, yeah.
Downstream sample.
Downstream. Yeah, it's that downstream. Totally use that.
Downstream, yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's such a that's a
Do you wanna book it? Do you wanna dance with me tonight? Do you wanna book it?
140 BPM or something.
Yeah, that edit's no good.
don't want a 7-inch thing.
No, it's got to be the 9-minute version. I think it's quite expensive, the original 12-inch is. Got it somewhere, but
And that's something cool, isn't it? Got it on the same side as an 8-minute long track.
yeah, it's
That's something to do.
it's on the other side of Earth can be just like heaven. See that one, Danny? You go back. But the second one down, it's on the other side of that. That's what I've got it on. Oh, this bit is quite good as well.
And it's good for a thing,
If you want a copy, Danny, I'll give you a wave.
yeah, that'd be nice. I bought an NM today. Well, I got it today. It had a little bit of crackle on the intro. I said, look, that's not an NM, you know. They offered me a 25% discount.
Yeah, it's important, isn't it?
But when I looked at the cost, it was 10 NM. Get the NM in any, like lots of European countries for like, about £5. I was like, look, it's already overpriced, so just give it for a £5. It's a decent price. See what they say. I've still got audio. You hear that?
Yeah.
I like it now. It's very shady out. I kind of think me and my mates would say it's shade. I'd say this is kind of underground, Matt, to be honest.
that?
like it. I'm not that familiar with it either.
No?
Someone say something? How do you know this one now?
I heard it. I heard it on a radio show once. I just on it was like on a worldwide show or something like that. I mean, or either a worldwide or a Soho radio, something like that. Basically, and yeah.
Yeah, I like it. I'm not familiar with it at all.
Okay.
It's repetitive, it makes it bouncing, it has loud bass on it, it has a sort of four-course beat. I would say it's a precursor to house music, I mean, it really is.
It sounds well advanced of its 1977 sort of made date, that's for sure.
Sorry, Matt, I didn't catch that because the
I
music
said it
was
sounds well advanced of its 1977 sort of
Absolutely.
creation date.
But also, what I like about it is it's all quite psychedelic. You know, it's very sort of, you know, it's evocative, it's hypnotic. I can imagine, you know, like the sort of dancers and their costumes, and it's funny, isn't it? There's no theatre nowadays. You know, like in the 70s or the 80s or whatever, there was no internet, there was no, you know, there was like 3 television channels or something like that, or so. You know, I think they had to make more of a spectacle. I think that's reflected in the music. And music nowadays is so reduced. You know, who's doing anything that's big? I mean, do you remember the Darkness? They were sort of like, wow, you know, they're doing some kind of retro kind of grand music, you know. So I think it'd be cool to bring back the grandness somehow, you know. But it all costs a lot of money. That's the thing. It's like people are like, oh, we can't afford it, you know. So, you know, we can't afford to hire musicians, so you have to use a sample pack or whatever. So everything is. It's all Brexit, isn't it, nowadays? It's all sort of like budget everything, you know? Got like a phone. You know what? They're trying to get me, Virgin are trying to get me to get an iPhone 12 or whatever, and it's like only £35 a month or something. I'm like, yeah, great, you know? What's that? That's like 400 quid a year or something, isn't it? You know what I mean? So,
yeah, too much.
We've got no money, but, you know, I'll pay £35 a month for a phone, you know? Okay, so does anyone else have any suggestions, requests, or thoughts?
I've got one more if nobody else has any.
Sure.
I'll put it in the chat. This is quite well known. People might know it.
Michael's made some suggestions.
Michael's got a couple. Yeah, let's go through Michael's.
Well, so they're actually both the same. The second link I sent is this like cool. It's like more of a video. And it's the song in it. It's like a line dance thing, and this guy's doing the bus stop over the top, but it's bad audio quality. The first link is the original track, which is good audio quality.
Okay, so should we listen to the actual track then, Michael? What do you reckon?
Yeah, I would say the second one's really is good. Like it's in a disco, and he's like,
which is Chili. This is a great tune, Chili.
Yeah, but look at that. I mean, like, look at that for a vibe.
This tune, Danny, kills it. You should play this at XOYO. Harvey used to play this. Absolutely kills it.
Big tune.
Okay, so Michael, we'll listen to this a little bit, then we'll stick yours on, yeah?
You want the 12 inch if you can find it.
sure about the phone.
I'll do it for your love.
This is a proper Harvey tune, isn't it? Rock out. Status Quo remix. I reckon we have to do this stuff like this. It's just so hedonistic and freeing, isn't it? Yeah, so this is Michael's selection.
Tune, Michael.
I find it hard to remember what I've got and what I don't have sometimes. Because, yeah, I'm sure I've got this. Let's go for Vinny's selection.
Claim your free business profile on Google so you can manage your hours.
This is a tune, Vinny. Absolute tune. The disco nights I used to put on this, used to smash it week in, week out.
Yeah, man.
Absolute classic. Very expensive record as well on 12-inch.
Vinny's showing off now.
Unless you get it from America or something. Play this, Danny, XOYO. Go off.
Oh yeah, this one. The only thing is, a lot of the ones that you're suggesting I played you, they're too well known for me to play, and I don't mean they're good or anything, but I've always never played. I don't know. I guess I tend to not play the well-known ones. If that makes sense.
Fair enough, yeah.
No, but I mean, I leave that to people like Crazy T and stuff. I'm not saying they would either, but you know. I mean, you know, I do like it.
Chog, did you manage to get a ticket, by the way, for XOYO?
Say again?
I was saying to Chog if you managed to get a ticket. Can you hear me?
I think I'm daytime only, to be honest, Jim.
Okay, well that's good.
I didn't know you could do daytime only.
I looked on the thing and it said for the roof garden you don't need a ticket. It seemed to be saying.
Okay, yeah, right.
Is that what you're understanding?
No, well, one of the guys I'm doing one-to-ones with, he wants to just go to the day party, but he said that you can only get day and night tickets. He didn't think you could get a day ticket, but maybe you're right. Maybe there is no tickets. Maybe it's just walk-ins.
I thought the day was sold out. I thought you could only get night tickets now. But there you go.
Maybe I've got it wrong.
Forgive me, guys, but with these kind of situations and that, I don't even really know the facts. You know what I mean? I just don't know when I'm playing. I mean, me and Jim had a discussion when he was DJing in Bristol a few weeks ago, like 2 weeks ago. He was like, "Well, what time? When do you want to play?" And because I thought they were doing a DJ set, so I said that they should play last because it's their residency. They're playing the Crazy P sound system, which means they normally play that in the middle of the night. So I suppose there's a chance I might get to close, but I don't know. I guess I'll either be playing before them or I'll be playing after them, I suppose.
So the sound system, Danny, is that with Danielle singing?
Yeah, and that means that they won't play last, I don't think, because that's kind of more like the main act thing.
Right, okay.
Because I was sort of saying to them, if it's your residency, you guys should play last because you should be the people to close it. But I think if they're going to do the sound system, they don't play last with the sound system.
Right.
They do it in the middle. So it's more like a kind of, I guess, a set, you know? Yeah, it should be good. It should be fun.
That for the night time or the daytime or both?
There's like, Bill Brewster and Ray Mang together, Paulette, me, and Crazy. So Crazy P sound system is going to be at least two. Well, it'll be all of them actually. There's going to be 3 people in Crazy P, Ray Mang and Bill Brewster's 2, and then so what's that? 5. There's going to be 7 DJs in about 4 hours or something. The typical British lineup for that. Yeah, but yeah, well, I missed the 3-hour sets of Berlin, I have to say.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to stick on. Mikhail made a request, so I'm just going to stick that on. Yeah, I'm loving this end bit though. It's well cool, isn't it?
Oh. Great choice, Vinny.
Cheers.
Right, I don't know this one.
I think I recognise that. Oh, I just spotted it's Alan Hawkshaw. Alan Hawkshaw, sick. Then quickly grab something by Alan Hawkshaw. was good timing. Right, if you give me a sec. Just want to stick on this Alan Hawkshaw.
Nani, Slappers, new day, new episode of Base, which I'm sure you...
Oh, you can see what I... It's so funny, you can see what I watch, eh? At least it's not just documentaries on crackheads like I was watching a while back. I never noticed that when you're in a certain frame of mind. I always watch these like prison documentaries and stuff, and you know, documentaries about like ice addicts in America. And yeah, my wife always says like, you know, why'd you watch that shit? You know, it's just bad energy. And then you realize like 2 days later, you're like, yeah, I don't normally watch those kind of depressing programs. Right, so check this out, Alan Hawkshaw.
Atomic Shrimp is pretty good though, which is £2, 2 days, 6 meals. Can't go wrong.
What did you say?
I said Atomic, you're on about what you watch. I said Atomic Shrimp. He's unrecommended. He's that good.
All right. Atomic Shrimp.
He does all the foraging as well.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm a bit off topic.
No, it's fine, mate.
It was in your recommended. What you were going on about what's your recommended.
So yeah, this is this Alan Hawkshaw tune. I think it's called Speed of Sound. I really like it. Yeah, so this is the kind of stuff I'm really into. I suppose it's a bit more jazzy. Yeah, I think I'm going to have to call it a day as well soon, guys, if that's okay. So yeah, if it's all right with you guys, I'm going to stick one more on and then that's it. But I hope it's been inspiring. Hope you managed to find some stuff, new stuff. That's what it's all about. Yeah, Jim, you're an encyclopedia, I can tell, of disco. I've got the tunes, I just don't know who made them, you know. Yeah, last track I'm going to play is by Stroher, which is like a German band, maybe Munich or something. I mean, I don't know if it is disco. It's kind of like jazz funk, but well, it's disco-ish. But it's amazing. It's basically a German woman, and she's saying it's called "Don't Stay Till Breakfast," and it's just like she's saying, "Right, fuck me, and then fuck off." Yeah, if you listen to the lyrics, she's just like, "There's nothing left to say," and you know, all this gets brilliant. She's just like, you know. Don't stay for breakfast. Great tune. Does anyone else know it? Stroher, Don't Stay for Breakfast.
No.
Anyone?
No, I don't.
Amazing tune. This is a proper. I want to play this in XOYO, Jim. By the way, I'll try.
Go for it.
Unfortunately, it's not actually on this disc. Is it? No. That's my vibe.
How are you spelling Stroyer? This is great.
Dancing across the room. I guess I said a word or two. You were looking so alone. I just had to bring you home. Don't stay for breakfast.
Nice one to end on.
'Cause you feel different when it's light.
And I always feel like this tune for me has a personal connection because I lived in Germany for 8 years, and it's quite realistic, the lyrics. Yeah, I just like this kind of stuff. I don't know. For me, this is my sound, like, completely. Like, more jazz funk, I would say. And I really like all the German stuff. The German stuff's amazing. I don't know how they got it so right, you know?
Oh, have you got this on Danny? On the album? Or is there a single?
See? Munich. There you go. It's not cheap, is it? Yeah, great, man. I'm right into this tune. Okay, yeah, so big thanks everyone for tuning in tonight. Hope you enjoyed it.
Nice.
That was the Crate Digging Disco special. I mean, we can have some more disco specials, I'm sure, in the future. Big thanks to everyone who contributed. I hope that was of some encouragement and interest. Yeah, try and get influenced by some of that stuff, because it's very sophisticated. There's a lot of musicianship in it, which can help you with your dance music production. So good night, everybody.
Thanks, Danny.
See you all very soon.
See you later.
Danny. Cheers.
Bye bye.